Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 5 of Rage Quit. Top 3 favorite RPGs.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. My name is Anthony Schultz.
I'm Eric Schultz.
Woohoo!
And this is Oliver Schultz. He's out of frame. He's down below, though. You probably hear him talking, though.
Yeah, usually he's not up when we do our podcast, but today we're doing it a little bit earlier because we've got a full day of
shit to do.
Creating. Creatingness.
All the creating is.
So we'll start with a bit of housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Hashtag housekeeping.
Hashtag.
I should just do that all the time. Or find that audio clip. That'd be great.
Housekeeping. Oh, my God. He's got some housekeeping. He's got his opinion about the video games. He sees you play them all the time.
If you've been listening to Rage Quit on CastBox, again, I encourage you to do so. However, we did just submit to be in the iTunes catalog.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's your preferred platform to listen to podcasts.
We're getting it set up. We're getting close. We have to think of post one more episode, and then we can get...
That's for the Audible affiliate ship.
Oh, okay.
So iTunes is just currently going through its process to validate the podcast, and I think I already met all the marks, so we should be good there. I'm just waiting to hear back at this point.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you can or don't want to listen to it on CastBox, you can also listen to this. It is a week behind, but you can listen to it on YouTube. So, and then starting the next post on YouTube, we will have video footage.
Oh.
Yeah.
We actually had somebody, we'll have to give him a shout out too. Like, we should see you two on video.
Yeah, I was at Litokane, who follows us on YouTube and on Twitter. But yeah, gave us an awesome shout out and actually brought up the fact that we don't have a video version, at least not yet, of Rage Quit.
Yeah.
But we actually already had one recorded. And
we were just getting there.
I just have to finish editing it, and then it'll be up next Friday, which, when you're listening to this...
We quite a bit after the fact.
No, it'll release the same day.
Oh, yeah, it will.
So if you're listening to this and you want to watch the last episode, head on over to the ASInquisitor YouTube, and you can watch the prior episode, episode 4, Unpopular Video Game Opinions, and you can see us live there. And then henceforth, we'll always have video kind of attached to it on YouTube.
We're definitely going to try.
So, yeah. It'll just be a week apart from the live update, and eventually this kind of stuff will get wrapped up into a Patreon. But we'll talk about more about Patreon-ness when we get there.
Yep, down
I think the only other thing in housekeeping I got is ASInquisitor is now a Twitch affiliate.
Yes! So exciting.
And our podcast is sponsored by AFK Clothing Co.
Yes,
as well as our Twitch stream, which is why I brought that
Oh,
up.
he's clapping too. He's excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I'll pass it over to Ariel, and I'll grab the coffee mug and show it off a little bit.
I did wash it, or it's in the sink. There's a child. Yeah, no, super exciting. Got sponsored by AFK. You just put in the code ASI. Super simple enough, and get a discount when you buy their clothing, shirts, mugs. I think it's just shirts and mugs, right?
Yes, currently. He's expanding on his lineup. He just did that pyramid logo that just released.
Yep, he's got really cool logos, simple logos.
I'll grab the t-shirt shown as well.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll flip to it for the podcast. I'll do that real quick. I didn't think about that. So I'm going to show off the mug, and then I'll grab the shirt.
AFK, get a little close up. Close keys. Ooh, pretty. Alright, got a close up. Obviously, if you're listening to this, you can't see it yet. Showed off the coffee mug. He's grabbing his t-shirt, so he can show off the t-shirt. Because it's a sports tee with green sleeves. Alright, you gonna come model?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna model the baby too.
Moving me out of the way a little bit. Okay, so I got this guy. It's the AFK baseball tee, like Ariel was saying, with green sleeves. So.
Yep, and I did show him the coffee mug. It's all good. It's all golden.
So if you want to pick up some AFK clothing swag yourself, but get a discount at checkout, use the promo code ASI.
Yep, and I did say that just to reiterate.
Yeah, and all that info will be in the description on CastBox, iTunes, and YouTube.
You whoops.
Yeah.
Got a few places we be meandering around.
A little bit, yeah. And then for our other podcast, we are trying to get a sponsorship or affiliate program through Audible. So we'll hear about that within the next few weeks or so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a podcast. Other podcasts.
Other podcasts.
Yep.
Podcast. Multiple podcasts.
Yeah, I think Rage Quit and FGG will always be sponsored by AFK Clothing Co.
Well, yeah, Executable doesn't make any sense for AFK.
No, not really. But Audible will probably be or hopefully a sponsorship for special Rage Quit episodes or special FGG episodes, and then all of Sexual Bow Ties. So,
yep. Which is our personal podcast.
yeah. So I think that's it for housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
So this week, like I opened the show, our podcast was dictated by our Twitter community, our friends and fans, and it was top 3 favorite RPGs of all time.
Yeah, it won out at the very last second.
It did, yeah. So we ran a poll this time around, and I'll probably poll the second place winner for our question for next week, and we'll roll with that, and that'll be posted after we're done recording here.
Yep.
However, yeah, top 3 favorite RPGs. Go.
My top 3 favorite RPGs. I have to say, I'm not really good with like defining RPGs. I know it's not MMOs or.
Oh no, you're good. I mean, it crosses over into a lot of different things.
I say Pokemon, Soul Silver.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
What's on the DS though? So Soul Silver. Zelda, of course, Ocarina of Time. Everyone knows that one from the 64. Third one. Overcooked.
Overcooked's good.
Overcooked.
That's got RPG elements. It bleeds over a little bit, but that's good.
A little bit. It might not. Yeah, I guess I'm not that great with it.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah,
I'm more specifically Overcooked.
You are a role playing a cook or a chef
with a knife and all the sorts of havoc.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
you die.
And it is a little bit like Fantasful.
You can die, yeah. Who could use a guillotine to chop a vegetable?
Yeah, exactly. Or the living on bread.
Yep.
Yeah.
The hangry. Yeah, the living on bread. The hangry one.
The hangry one's the current one,
yeah. That's why I like Overcooked 2 more specifically because it has all the DLC and the extra games added to it.
So why does Pokemon Soul Silver hit your top 3 and maybe not some of the older ones or ones before?
Because Soul Silver is the one where the Pokemon can follow you, and it's just I like the Pokemon following me. It's cute.
Oh, okay, so you like that kind of shift in
dynamics,
gameplay mechanics for that one.
I mean, I would. This is just me because I'm nostalgic. I would, rotate my Pokemon so each one get a little bit of time out of the Pokeball and follow me around.
Yeah.
And then you get to turn around, pet them, and they say they love you, or they're staring soulfully in your eyes. It's just cute.
I've got one in my top 3 actually that kind of fits into that, and like for why. So you had Pokemon, you had Overcooked. What was your third again?
Zelda.
Ocarina of Time. Which we've talked about quite a bit in the last couple of podcasts.
I don't think I really need to hit too much on it, but definitely my top 3.
Absolutely. Those are good ones. I like those.
Good ones. What are yours?
I actually put mine on the Twitter
thread. How dare you? All right, so I can go through the Twitter thread like we always do.
I'll go through mine real quick.
Okay.
So my top 3 was Crystallis on the NES. That's an old school one. That was probably the first RPG I ever played, and it was like a top-down, isometric, more of an action RPG, but it had RPG mechanics to it. And very colorful, fanciful, very, very similar to like Final Fantasy and like tone and themes.
Yeah.
So, and I played Final Fantasy later, but that one I really enjoyed, so that made the cut. As Your Dreams on the PS1, which I talked about in FGG. That one's very similar to Pokemon because you have familiars and you collect monsters, and then you like build out your house and your town that you're in.
That's cool.
Because it's like the town and your house is at the base of this big tower, and you go into this tower and there's 100 floors, and like your father had been this famous like monster hunter.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this game. Okay, I was like, why does this sound familiar? Yeah, we've talked about it.
And he had disappeared like 10, 15 years prior when you were like an infant. And now you're a teenager and you're old enough. You have like your father's familiar. He's the only thing that like left the tower.
Yeah,
your father didn't come out, but your father's familiar did.
Yeah.
And your father's familiar doesn't remember what happened either. And so, and he's like this flying creature, super awesome. I used him for like most of the game, but I collected all the other ones because as you build out your house, you build out like spots for all of your other familiars to
Yeah.
like rest.
Yeah.
And each floor is randomly generated, and you fight some of the other creatures that you can get,
Okay.
and then you collect like special items that have been lost to the town over like the decades or centuries that it's been there. So like there's a special token that you get that replenishes the water for the swimming pool because this town's in the middle of a desert. Well, it got lost in the tower at some point, and so on one of the floors you can eventually find the token, and you bring it back, and you rebuild the swimming pool for everybody.
That's legit.
You do the same thing with like the library and like stuff like that. There's like always lots of relics, and you use your familiars to go get it. But that one was one of my favorites. A very hard game that I borrowed that game from a friend, and he hadn't been able to beat it. Mm-hmm. And I was able to beat it, fell in love with it. I ended up getting my own copy years later. It was very rare. It fluctuates in price, but I ended up paying like $70 for it just to
Holy
get it.
shit.
It was a PS1 game in like,
That's insane.
2010 or something like that. And then my final one is Final Fantasy IV.
Oh, that makes sense.
That one I didn't play until a lot later.
You were kind of late on the bandwagon with Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I started with 7. Even though I was old enough to play the older ones. 4, when I went back and played it, though, I thought it was great because in the context of the era it came out in, it was the first Final Fantasy, probably not the first RPG that did this, but the first Final Fantasy that introduced the concept of, like, morality or ethics.
Oh, okay.
So,
Interesting.
class-based, like a lot of Final Fantasies can be.
Yeah.
But your main character, Cecil, starts out as a Dark Knight, and is more like attuned to that side of kind of the ethical spectrum, because he's, essentially working for like a corrupt kingdom.
Yeah.
And then eventually, through his own personal like quest and the friends and like family that he meets and gathers throughout the storyline, he becomes a paladin or like a white holy knight.
Oh, okay. So
Then he shifts the other way because
way.
he's doing things for now for the
Ethically.
right reason rather than just blindly doing
Is it
them.
the right reason? Is it?
Well, it is when he becomes the paladin.
Well, yeah. No, I'm just saying.
So that's my top 3.
Okay, so...
And then we'll kind of go down
Oh,
from
no,
there.
what'd you do?
I don't think we have as many as we did
Have had in
last
the past.
time.
Oh,
Probably the mailman.
yep. No one's home. Yeah, they walked away.
Yeah.
Probably something got delivered.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
I'm going to grab the
There's the
dog
horde.
park.
There's the horde.
Do you want to start
Okay.
us off?
So, yeah, so... Does it start all the way up the top?
It's at the top. Mine's first and then down below.
Okay, so... Yep, top 3. And then we got Kino no Kasuki, which is...
This
Oh,
could easily become an unboxing episode.
you got a lot of shit. Kino no Kasuki at... Oh, the pool came. That's like super fucking early.
Yeah.
I can see why he knocked on the door. Sorry, sidetracked. Shiny objects. Kino no Keski at JRPG Kino. His top 3 are Radiant Historia, number 1. Second one is Trial in Sky SC. And then last one, Final Fantasy IX. 9, thank you. Are his top 3.
I want to give a special shout out to him. So I recently became friends with him on Twitter through another friend of mine, Shadow. All very big into JRPGs. They know a lot more about those than I do.
Yeah.
I didn't get into JRPGs save for Final Fantasy till a lot later. But great list. I haven't had a chance to play
I switched.
Radiant or Trials yet. But I plan on hitting those up and giving them a go. I've seen his post
Yeah.
about both of them. Because Shadow and I are big Yeast fans. And
Yeah.
that almost broke my top 3. Yeast's Memories of Celceta.
It was close.
That would probably be my honorable mention. So those are kind of along the same vein as that or the Tales series, which is a big JRPG. So I thought that was a really excellent
your guys'
list.
conversations went like.
Oh, we just kept
long,
going and going, yeah.
like-
Because we're big RPG fans to begin with, and we all come from kind of different places with
Which
it.
is cool. Obviously, he's probably very ethnic background. I'm just assuming from the name, Kino.
Oh, I don't know. Either that or a fan. Either or.
Either. Not really
Doesn't really matter, yeah. But yeah, definitely a good list. Very Japanese centrics and things that I would definitely love to try out myself.
Oh, yeah.
And there are things I've seen things about those games and been intrigued by them for a long time. So I was happy that somebody posted those as the top 3.
Yeah, that's really cool. Sorry, I just threw the box for the baby to go play with. All right, so we have Mindy. Are we gonna move on? We good?
Yep.
Okay.
I think we're solid.
Mindy D at Mindy DI 76340043.
Who's been a constant supporter.
She has been. She's been like super amazing. Like straight up shout out to Mindy. Her top 4, Fallout 4, amazing. Horizon Zero Dawn, awesome. And she can only think of 2. She apologized.
That's funny. Horizon Zero Dawn, fantastic RPG.
Fucking amazing.
That was also another honorable mention for me. We got the collector's edition of that, so we've got a big statue of Aloy.
We do. You should go grab that and show him.
Yeah.
He's gonna go grab it real quick and show you Aloy, which is legit as a. I remember us getting that. That was ridiculous. It probably needs dusty. It's a little dusty.
Well, too bad.
Beer with the dust.
But we've got this guy. And then what's this one at?
Yeah, it's the opposite. I did that with the mug. I'm like, that's not how you do that.
But yeah, really great statue. Great game. They did right with the DLC as well.
Yeah.
And the new game plus. I'm excited for Guerrilla Games and what they do next. Hopefully.
I hope they do a Horizon Zero Dawn 2. They left it so open for that.
Yeah, it had a great ending, but they definitely leave it open and did a lot of world building in the first one. So there's more to like go on.
Yes, especially if they want to dive into the lore.
And Fallout 4 was great too. I know everyone says that Fallout New Vegas is their favorite because
I
of the
like Fallout
story.
4 a lot better.
For me, it's Fallout 4, 3, and then New Vegas in that order.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
I think they're all great games. And I'm going to omit 76 because 76 is a lot different than those.
That's
Because
no
it's like
different
an
than,
MMO, but...
Well, it's no different than the argument you and I, not how you and I get to, but the argument that people can get to with the new Zelda game. It's not the Zelda game.
Yeah, and Fallout 76 just really isn't a traditional Fallout game. So,
No, so
it's a great Fallout game.
It's a good game on its own right, but I feel like I forgot we're recording. I'm just cleaning. You got fuzzy your beard. But its own kind of category in a sense of the word. It has a name, but it's not really.
It's how Breath of the Wild should have been classified.
Yeah, it should have just been Breath of the Wild and
Yeah.
different characters.
4 though, like you and I specifically like platinumed and worked on it because that settlement trophy.
How many days did we leave that fucking game on for the settlement trophy?
It was like 3 days straight or something ridiculous.
Oh my god!
Just to get that 100%
We had to like get the
settlement.
PS3 out of our bedroom to plug it in the front room, so we could watch TV while the PS4 was still on for days to get that stupid ass
settlement trophy. It was so frustrating. I was kind of wondering if they ever patched that.
I doubt it.
Or if they just left it as is.
I think they should have just left it. It's frustratingly funny.
I think so too.
Like, don't get me wrong.
Well, then our good friend Chris Van Dusen got it like organically within like a few hours.
Yeah, and then they're like, I was supposed to like 4 days. It's like,
And it was like, oh. I did choose a really difficult spot to build my settlement, though.
Dude,
so that had,
it was a little more creative. I like
he got like the big one, the Spectacle Islands.
He did.
That was the biggest settlement, and he did it with that one, I believe.
Well, I like his because Doozy just has like so many other settlements and has his power suit armor.
The power armor, yeah.
power
And he had a ton of them. All like
he just got all shades
displayed.
and stuff and collected them like on displays. It's just like, this is my power armor. I remember him showing us, this is where I cook my power armor. It's like, oh god.
There's a ton of it. He had like a warehouse pretty much.
I wish he had interwebs so he could play Fallout 76. So that this is his jam.
Oh, he'd love it because it just keeps going.
Going and going and
then he would
then
have
when
the
now they're
camp
having
and settlement.
NPCs too. So
Oh yeah, which would be great.
yeah.
Yeah, and I love seeing that from Fallout 76 players too. Like, there's some really talented like camp builders or collectors of power armor. They've done a great job just kind of like showing off and have similar setups
I'd
as
show
like
off, too.
Van Dusen. So it's like I think that's
look at all the
awesome.
shit I've done. I'd do it too. Okay.
Oh heck yeah,
You're good with Mindy?
yeah.
All right.
Those are great ones.
So we have Ripley's _soul at Lisa M. Navarro. Oh, we've had her, I think.
Yeah, she's been very
chimed
supportive
in,
as well.
too.
I made sure and gave her. I don't think she thought that I had done it, but I gave her a chime so I can see her tweets as she tweets
cool.
out. So.
So this for her, she only has 2 Final Fantasy VII,
See, Evan.
7, and Fallout 3. I don't know, Romans. She only picked 2, but those are her top.
Also great. We already mentioned Fallout 3 and how I would rank them. Fallout 3 got me into Fallout. I didn't play the original ones, so that's definitely up there. Very similar to 4. And then Final Fantasy VII was really the first Final Fantasy I ever played. And that one, like, those, along with the other PS1 games, like Final Fantasy IX,
Yeah.
which was mentioned earlier, yeah, always just a special place. Very well-crafted games, probably the best of the Final Fantasy series still.
I like watching you. I've seen you play that one.
Yeah, I play 7, 8, and 9 pretty regularly. 12 and 10 on the PS2 generation, I think would be kind of right in there, but not quite to that mark. Those are really good ones too.
Yeah.
We've got excellent remasters of those, but
Oh, yeah.
7's brilliant. Super excited for the remake.
Remaster, remake.
And we covered that during
E3.
or E3 episode.
Yeah,
which
which
is
is-
the episode before. Or is it? That was the episode
Nah, I
before.
don't
Not unpopular video game opinion. I don't know.
I don't know. It's one of the episodes.
One of the episodes. Our E3 episode,
It
we
says
talked.
E3, so y'all know what to look for.
Yeah, it says hashtag E3 2019.
Yup.
If you haven't listened to it, check it out. We do cover the Square Enix conference, and we talked a lot about a Final Fantasy VII remake.
Life
so.
of the toddler screaming bam, bam. For some reason, he's never heard that word and slamming the box on the ground.
Onomatopoeia, yo.
He's an onomatopoeia. All right, so to move on, we have Bubba_Baths at Bubba_Baths.
Bubba.
Bubba. She just says Elder Scrolls. I'm assuming it's she just via photo. Elder Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls is great. First one I ever played of those was Oblivion. I had never played a game like that before. It was one of the first games I got for my PS3, and I was an early adopter of the PS3. Everyone always recommended, they're like, hey, if you like RPGs, you like fantasy games, play Oblivion, because it had been out on the Xbox for a while. And so I was like, okay. So I scooped that up. I got I think it was like the complete edition, because it had Shivering Isles, or I got Shivering Isles later. Somewhere in there. Anyways, I had never played a game that scope and caliber before. Like,
oh, no, the Elder Scrolls we got, or?
No, that is, again, a whole nother league unto itself. But no, the first, not the first, but Oblivion.
Yeah.
It's like you go through this little prison sequence, and then you're like free to do what
because
you
it's part of
want.
Elder Scrolls.
Yeah. And
Sort of that.
it's just gigantic. You can go anywhere. It's like, here's all of,
Well, it's
Citadel.
like, I know-
And Skyrim was
Yeah,
the same
I was
thing.
just about to say Skyrim. It's like, Jesus Christ, I've never seen an MMO before. Like, I don't, like, if everyone knows play games too much, but...
That was not an MMO, but Elder Scrolls Online, which we play as an MMO, and that is ridiculous because you have all of Skyrim, all of Oblivion, all of Morrowind, and then all these other places.
See little baby with a box. Just get in the... This is
Such a
Oliver down
baby.
here with the box, doing his thing. I guess we should introduce him. I mean, probably.
Yeah, he's fine.
You're trying to put a box on his head here. Mom will help. There you go. All right, baby's got a box on his head. Yeah, no, Elder Scrolls. I know that wasn't the open world, but the game is so.
Oh, it's
big.
open world. It's just the others aren't MMOs. It's just
I meant
Elder Scrolls
Skyrim.
Online. Yeah.
That's what I was sorry. I'm gonna rephrase myself. Skyrim is I thought was just a really big game. And
Oh yeah, it's gigantic. Yeah. And I did platinum Skyrim. Of course I did.
Yeah, you're a platinum whore, so that's not
Yeah.
surprising.
That was a big one too.
He's
that
got a platinum horse trying to get it.
I did. Yeah. Squirrel's gotta get his nut, yo.
Inappropriate. Inappropriate.
Inappropes. Hashtag inappropes.
Hashtag there's a toddler.
He doesn't speak very well or understand English very well, so.
No, that's true.
But yeah, that game is gigantic. I did platinum that one. Really enjoyed it. I did everything in Oblivion as well, but there was not trophies for it.
Oh, because a little older.
Yeah. And back to the Fallout conversation. The first game I ever platinum was Fallout 3, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then I platinum
I didn't know
Fallout
that.
4. And then,
Fucking Fallout 4.
and then now
Fucking
we got 47 other games under my belt, too. But
Did you beat 50 yet?
no, I have not platinum.
We haven't
it.
decided what our 50th is yet.
Yeah, I need a 50th.
You should,
platinum. I should post that on
Post
Twitter.
that. What should be my 50th and like the list of you that you're going through right now?
Yeah.
That'd be a good one. Okay, so now we have Richard J. Rodriguez at Rich Rod's 7-Eleven. He has The Godfather, Zelda, Ocarina of Time, kudos, buddy, and Symphony of the Night.
I thought his were great because he threw in Symphony of the Night, which was Bloodstained out. Both EGA games.
Yeah.
Great fucking RPG, like, and then the birth of like Metroidvania right there, a whole another subgenre of like the
Yeah.
RPG, and so, I I thought that was a great choice. I distinctly recall The Godfather as well. I thought that was really interesting.
I didn't know he was a Godfather.
Yeah, and there was a Scarface one too. That was a little less RPG, but that was really well done as well. They did some like movie property ones in their like, PS2 kind of generation that were actually really good. Like they worked well.
I didn't know that they
like,
had those.
It was like
games.
The Italian Job, The Godfather, and Scarface. Like all came out with games that were actually decent, like adaptations of them that
That's
worked.
funny.
So those were interesting choices. And then I thought you'd like Ocarina of Time.
Well, yeah,
too,
of course,
when you
because that's
posted
my
that.
top RPG, which is hilarious. Oh, child.
Yeah, that's a popular one.
Okay, so and then Symphony of the Night. Don't forget we got to talk about that one too.
Well, that was what we talked about Bloodstained and it being
Oh,
an
okay, I
EA
just wanted to
game
make
and
sure.
stuff. That's Castlevania.
All right, so we have Aaron at. Let me make sure I get it. We are insane here. It's at We Are Insane Here. It's all one.
Oh, okay.
That's
a cool one.
So Builder's Gate, Dark Alliance on PS2, and then he has a bigger list I'm gonna go over.
Baldur's Gate is great. I love those ones. I think I mentioned in that comment thread. On the PS2, I was a huge Drizzt Do'Urden fan and Forgotten Realms fan.
Yeah.
Just reading wise. Mm-hmm. And so I got into Baldur's Gate because of that, because you can unlock, I think in Baldur's Gate 2, Artemis Entreri, who's one of the big villains in the Drizzt Do'Urden books, and then you could unlock Drizzt as well. And they had like their special like weapons and stuff. So like Drizzt has like twin scimitars. You could get that and play as that character. And it plays like Diablo.
Diablo.
You'd love it.
I love Diablo.
And they did.
Diablo, for those who are... I fucked up one day and said Diablo, and it's just been Diablo.
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 Yeah, Diablo's big here, so Baldur's Gate is out there as well.
I don't speak really well half the time. I just... what is that? What I do all the time?
You do portmanteaus all
I
the time.
portmanteau it a lot.
Yeah, portmanteaus.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, where you combine two words into a new word that is effective for both. Yeah. Baldur's Gate is great. Baldur's Gate is great. Baldur's great. Yeah, that messed me up.
I just fucked you up.
I still have both those on the PS2 and my saves for them. Fucking great games. I don't know how many times I played through those. Dozens. Probably.
That's awesome.
I started them over and over and over again. And then afterwards, they kind of went silent for a little bit as far as like consoles concerned, and they did a game called Champions of Norath, which is my favorite of that kind of series. Fantastic game, same kind of style, great co-op with it, and then they did a like less favorable sequel that was like Champions of Norath 2. I can't remember what the subtitle
I just got drooled on.
of that one was. Great games though.
Those sound amazing. I'm sure they're like Diablo.
It is.
Wow.
It's like top down. You pick your character in your class. It's got like the ring around your dude, and you have your powers and stuff that are mapped to your buttons. And then you're fighting like hordes of enemies in different areas to get onto the next one. And there's the heavy story and like main hub kind of worlds
I'm
you go to.
not really liking the new character we picked on the Switch
On
for
Switch
Diablo. I think I'm gonna go back to the Necromancer. I don't like the one person I picked, which I think is shit.
Demon Hunter, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think we're both Demon Hunters.
I don't like the Demon Hunter. I want to go back kind of my Witch Doctor.
Yeah, Witch Doctor's cool. I had a buddy who always played as the Witch Doctor. He did really well with that.
Well,
I
it's
always played as the Demon Hunter.
Well, it's just the fact that I'm better with the Witch Doctor than I am with the...
This is why we don't record.
Well, when he's awake.
He's being fine. It's just... It's a different dynamic to record when he's down below and you can't see him and he's just looking up at you. Which I don't know if the mic's picking up any of that or not. I'll find out when I edit, but it's... Yeah. It's great. We'll find out how sensitive it is.
Yep.
Doofus.
But yeah, so I suck at her.
Yeah, I'll have to
There's
bust out the PS2 and throw those games on for you, and we can play them together. So
That'd be
they
cool.
are a co-op.
So Aaron, We're Insane here, does have a couple more games he listed. He went all out.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, Dragon
like it.
Warriors on NES.
Oh, that was another good one that I really liked.
Builder's Gate on PS1. Fallout New Vegas on PS3.
New Vegas.
Chronological order, my favorite is New Vegas.
Nice. So, Fallout New Vegas, which you kind of talked about, I agree. They had the best writer for it,
Yeah.
and it had a great probably the most in-depth branching storyline to finish.
Yeah.
So there are just so many different factions that you could be a part of. Oh. No, you're not going to do that during the podcast. You could be like, you know, Wild Card, or you could be like New California Republic, or you could be like Caesar's Legion. Like, and they all had vastly different like consequences for it. So I think the writing is probably the best in that game. And I believe, and you can quote me if I'm wrong. I don't believe I am though. The writer that wrote Fallout New Vegas was eventually poached by Guerrilla Games, and he wrote Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if that's right.
So I think it's the same writer.
Oliver. Chill, dude.
And I thought that was like really interesting because that guy's obviously very talented. So
That's awesome.
yeah, all good games. And then Dragon Warrior is great because that eventually became Dragon Quest, but on the NES it was Dragon Warrior Here. And that was the very first, and I believe only Dragon Warrior or Dragon Quest game that I've ever played, and I've actually played that one regularly. I specifically got a copy of that for my NES at the Time Bomb when it was open on Monroe instead of up in Garland now.
Oh, okay.
They had like old NES games and stuff, and they had a cheap copy of it, and I didn't have one, so I ended up scooping it up on the cheap. Yeah, and I played
game.
No, yeah, Azur's Dream was just rare. It's hard to get a hold of. So.
No, I know. I'm just gonna flip you shit.
Dragon Warriors, there was a lot of copies
Like,
out at the time.
How much have we spent on video games?
Quite a bit. Especially for streaming and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we've gotten quite a few games, but for good reasons though. And shit.
And we already talked quite a bit about Baldur's Gate.
Yep.
Hit up New Vegas.
Yep,
Dragon
we've
Warrior.
talked about
that was a really good list too. I like that.
I like
one.
how
it was
you-
varied.
Yeah, I like how you had to screen it. Like, I got more, which is fine. We like more.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's all we have on our Twitter tweets.
Okay, no, that's not bad at all. I thought really good games listed. It was cool to see Fallout crop up a few times, especially with
Ocarina of Time. Haha.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time was another one. And then there was kind of some cool like one-hit wonders in there, or even ones that I have forgotten about or not played.
Or
in a
like
long
yeah,
time.
nostalgia for you. Like, oh wait, I completely remember that game. And
Yeah, like Baldur's
know.
Gate, I haven't thought about in a long time. I mean, for granted, they had that trailer for E3 for Baldur's Gate 3, but it's been ages since there's been a new Baldur's Gate, so that was cool. I thought throwing in Symphony of the Night, like The Godfather, was awesome. It's good to see Final Fantasy reps too.
It's not just like, shooter games or type things like, I said the Pokemon for me, but then, The Godfather or,
Yeah, that's what I mean. There were some unique ones in there that definitely RPGs are fit into that world, but...
definitely it was cool to see the wide range of them,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Okay, we're...
All right. Well, transitions.
It's going to be a pain in it, but...
Fun games for you.
But yeah, there's a lot of great RPGs that were mentioned on the whole. Some that like you said, I hadn't really thought about. So it was kind of a nostalgia trip a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Because that's probably...
Well, it's good kind of for me, too. Like, I've never played these games, and you just kind of, describe them. So I'm like, oh, okay, that actually sounds really cool. If at the time I'd known about them, or if we can maybe get, Final Fantasy VII or something like that and play it, or...
Yeah, we have Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation 4, so absolutely.
No, it's just interesting to see, what people have, strong memories of.
And I think all of those games that were mentioned in the list, I actually currently own and have the consoles for them.
Just because you're a dork.
Like, every single one of them.
We'll have to,
Some of them, probably a few iterations.
do a small video of all the shenanigans.
All the collections. But I know I have Dragon Warrior for the NES. I know I have Baldur's Gate 2 and, Godfather for the PS2. I know I have Symphony of the Night. I have a few iterations of that. Fallout 3, New Vegas 4 I have.
Yeah.
I've got Oblivion, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
And Fallout 76.
Well, yeah, of course. So we got the fucking giant head for Fallout 76.
I have Final Fantasies 1 through 15. and all the offshoots like Tactics and even
I'm not judging, slightly.
Crisis Core and
Sort of.
stuff like that.
Sort of judging.
I'm surprised Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core wasn't mentioned. I bet John was here, he'd throw that out.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I'll talk to him about that for FGG.
Write
Yeah.
it down, make sure you remember that.
Yeah, I got to do my notes for that podcast.
Yeah, because you
anyways.
guys want notes.
Yeah, for this one. Yeah, overall great list though.
Yeah, I think we'll
I was
have
really excited
to-
about the feedback we got.
What was our next question we were doing? Bro code, bro.
I think we're gonna talk about like bro culture or like kind of toxic cultures in certain genres of video games.
Because there's a wide range through all the games. It's not just like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think there's easy to kind of pluck
subcategories. That's what I was
some
looking for.
big ones with some battle royale games or even like Call of Duty or first person shooters and things like
then
that.
we can go the other breadth too, where certain online games that have such great
communities.
and then
yeah.
you like why the difference between the two.
I think so we don't strike such a negative chord. That's how I'll phrase it. Best and worst like online communities.
Yeah, so we're not being like, oh, fuck this game. No, that's not more mean. We're just saying community wise.
And we could kind of branch up from there too. 'Cause
Yeah,
maybe people might have something positive, negative to say even about like Twitter, because that's an online community, or Discord.
Yeah.
Or a very specific
Facebook.
game like Final Fantasy 14 or Fallout 76 or you know Call of Duty or Fortnite or Apex or whatever. I mean, there's
the list is endless.
yeah, there's so many different things, and plus everyone's gonna have different experiences.
Yeah,
You know,
different. Like
Maybe
somebody,
they've tried to play a specific game and just been shut down, and then maybe in another instance, you know, they've had
amazing experience with it. You know.
yeah, I can even kind of tease my opinion about that a little bit. I normally don't play online games. Like, I just never really had, like, great luck with playing with strangers.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, randoms.
Oh yeah, Wookie.
That's what they're called. Online. But also I'm old enough where it's like I was alive and aware and playing games when we were going from single player, you couldn't be online, to being online.
Yeah.
So that was new for everybody, and not everybody conducted themselves very well. And then there was a good period where there's pretty much just young gamers on, and unfortunately acted young and of their age at the time. So that was a culture even then I really didn't want to be a part of. But with like the Division 2 most recently, I played the free weekend, and I've been streaming it as well because we ended up purchasing it afterwards.
we did.
But I met a great group of people that I play with weekly that, you know, we happen to be all about the same age and like married and have kids and just really enjoy playing together and playing a game like that. And that's been a community that's been very inclusive.
Yep.
Like, which they didn't have to be. It could have been
No.
a total, like...
Fuck you and kill
yeah,
you.
you're a crappy fucking, you know, shooter or whatever. Like, get the hell out of my team.
Well, even like with the Apex, you just try it out. Yeah, we're diving into the conversation now.
A little bit, yeah. Well, this will be a little, like, preemptive, but we'll get more in-depth with it next episode.
Yeah, I don't
We'll just
wanna-
give a highlight.
Yeah, that's a pretty good highlight. I mean,
Yeah, Apex is another one that I did yesterday, and
Like
there
you-
was some
you
people trying to help
sucked.
out, and I was awful at it. They could have just tossed me out of the map and just kicked me out.
nope, they tried helping you. Even brought you back a couple games.
And the Fallout 76 community has been great,
Yep.
too. That's another one. It's very inclusive, and I see Fallout 76 fans and, like, my friends and stuff reach out to other people to get
Yeah,
them. So
exactly.
There's some good ones.
We'll have a good. Well, I mean, this was a good conversation too, but this is a little shorter. But
Yeah, we'll get more in depth into it and kind of formulate our opinions a little bit better, and then hopefully we get some feedback about that. This episode was definitely more like RPG centric, so we get to talk about a lot of old school RPGs, some new ones, like kind of like fusion or hybrid games.
Yeah.
So
Well, definitely let us know what your favorite RPG. Did we hit it? Did we miss it? Do you
Yeah,
feel
if
insulted because it wasn't mentioned?
yeah, if we left something off the list and you didn't have a chance to be part of that poll or that kind of questionnaire, hit us up on Castbox or YouTube comment
Yeah.
or even Twitter.
Yep. We'll make sure we'll say, hey, my bad, our bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm at Anthony R. Schultz.
Yeah.
You can just directly tweet me or DM me. I'm fine with that.
I'm at Merhobbit. You could do it too, but my Twitter's boring. I got nothing on it.
Oh, that's not true. But yeah, we could definitely kind of hit that up, and hopefully we can hear from you. And I'm
Yep.
sure we forgot something. There's so many games out there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Just one of those things.
Especially with like an RPG.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a very long-running genre that
Well,
you
it
know
still is
harkens
cool. Like we were
back.
saying, it's still freaking cool. Just people that have top 3s or favorites. Or they're not.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
all of them are even current games, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, because we could have even thrown in like Ultima or something along those lines, or even some of the like text-based like RPGs,
Yeah, we could've.
or Fox Xanadu on the NES, or I mean, there's a whole like wealth of games that I'm just like rattling off that would be definitely top 3 contenders for, I'm sure, a lot of people.
Oh, exactly. Well, I think that's pretty much it for this Rage Quit. A little short and sweet.
Yeah, I think we probably hit about 45 minutes. We did last episode as well.
Yeah. We're getting there, lengthier. And
Yeah, kind of working on it. A lot of it depends
more you
on
play with it, the harder it gets,
Twitter feedback that we get, or just feedback in general, whether it's on YouTube
we're trying to
or
be
Castbox
more
or iTunes.
yeah, right. We're trying to like be more Twitter tweet people included.
Yeah, I mean, Rage Quit, obviously, if you've listened from the beginning, has tried to evolve a little bit. Where
Which every podcast does.
Yeah, it's definitely becoming more like user interactive or user based or community based, which is what we want. We didn't explicitly discuss.
No, it just kind of evolved that way.
We were just having a good time one evening listening to like our favorite video game music.
Liquor might have been involved.
Yeah, usually. But we were listening to like Ocarina of Time and Far Cry and Days Gone and stuff like that. So we posted for that podcast, what is your favorite video game soundtracks? And we had a really good reaction to it.
And we just kind of went from there, and we've had nothing but good reactions every time we posted a question, a comment, or a poll, and it's like...
Yeah, and so that's how the show has become that, where we go through these Twitter comments or community comments. And I would like to eventually, you know, as it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, to go through, you know, all the YouTube comments, all the Twitter comments on it, you know, all of, you know, Castbox community comments and stuff like that. And we'll run a little bit longer if that's the case. If we have, you know, people from different platforms chiming in, we'll hit them all. It won't just be Twitter.
And then we're going to evolve more, too, where we'll have, like, specific, like, eventually on our Patreon episodes where it's just something you and I want to talk about, and, you know, you want to listen to it. There you go.
Yeah, we loosely talked about that today. Eventually we'll probably get to the point where we're going to be doing 2 episodes a week. And these episodes now will remain the same. They'll be community generated. They'll be free to all. You know, we'll worry about the sponsorships or affiliate programs and things like that. But then we'll probably have like a Patreon exclusive episode within the same week, and we'll do kind of like a deep dive on
what we want to talk about. The game, maybe we want to talk more about certain games, and we didn't have enough time, or we didn't want to completely go off the rails.
Like I brought up the Division 2.
Yep.
Like there might be a time where I want to have a conversation with Ariel about what's going on in Division 2 or where it came from. You know, I'll do a little bit more research on it.
Yeah, break into the lore of that, too. I've been wanting to hear about that.
Me too. We could do kind of a deep dive episode on just that. Or you love Ocarina of Time. Let's dissect it. Let's go through it. Let's talk about the composer and the music. Let's talk about the anime. Let's talk about when it came out. Like how was it received? Like the ports they've done, how did those do? Like, there's a whole bunch of different facets. We could probably run 45 minutes, an hour, just with the video game topic.
Yeah, of our choosing. Yeah.
That'll probably be wrapped up in the Patreon, or at least delayed on our other platforms. So then you can still listen to it, but you'll just get it a little bit later.
Yeah, you can pay it for when the others pop up, or you can wait.
Yeah, you can just, you know.
We're not going to deprive you of awesome.
Yeah. Like you can pay $1 and then
if not,
get it early. If not, just wait out for a few weeks and then you can listen to it.
Yep, exactly.
We'll probably run it similar like that. We're working that kind of stuff out and spitballing as we get bigger and bigger.
Those are the grinds and the kinks getting there.
Yeah, those are the goals.
All right, well.
But I think that's it. That's a wrap for episode 5 of Rage Quit. Top 3 favorite RPGs.
Sponsored by AFK.
Yeah.
Clothing company.
Hit that promo code at checkout, ASI. That'll be in the description, like I said earlier. So if you forget or you need a point of reference, just check out the description box.
Yep.
Hails yeah.
About a cool shit.
And then hit us up on Twitter. I'm at Anthony R. Schultz.
I'm at Merhobbit.
And that's in the description as well.
Oh, yeah.
Both of which.
We're pretty active on that shit. We'll get back to you quick.
Oh, yeah. I'm all over it.
Like white on rice.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, listen to us next time, guys.
Have a good night. Peace.